Coming up in This Week in Penn State football, it's all about the former Nittany Lions in this week's Super Bowl. And you lucky viewers and listeners, Greg Pickel and Bob Flounders, me, we're going to give out our Super Bowl picks so you guys can make some money on the big game. The Penn State Blitz podcast rolls on. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl because I think everyone's going to be watching it this week. Greg Pickel, I'm Bob Flounders. You've been known to throw a couple dollars around on a football Sunday. It's our last pro football Sunday. I'm not sure if you bet the Pro Bowl, but you probably did.
No Pro Bowl, but the XFL's coming, buddy.
But it is.
Don't you forget about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk. Let's talk a little bit about this game, how we see it. But let's also not forget that Penn State's got a pretty okay presence, I think, in that game. I think 3 players on the Niners, 2 players on the Chiefs. Can you name them all?
Yeah, it's Robbie Gould, Anthony Zettel, Jordan Lucas.
Yep. Kevin Givens.
Kevin Givens.
Got one more. Offensive lineman.
Oh, Stephen Wisniewski.
Boom. You nailed it.
We got there.
You got them all.
Hopefully our picks are much better than that.
You got them all. I was wondering, I hope I didn't put him on the spot. We have to re-edit this because he really didn't think about all 5. But
we got there.
Yeah, so Kevin and Zettel, along with Robbie Gould, he's been, I think, I think he got a start in the league around 2004.
Yes.
He's been on a bit of a roll for the Niners. They're on the Niners. Stephen Wisniewski starting at guard. And Jordan Lucas, a corner, defensive back, safety, I think during Bill O'Brien's time, and I think also a little bit during the early years for James Franklin.
Also, he was the guy who did the famous picture with every mascot at Big Ten Media Days that Joe Herman is so fond of. How can we forget that? I unfortunately was ignorant to the fact that Anthony Zettel was with the Niners until they won on 2 Sundays ago. So
you son
good
of a gun.
for him. I know. I knew he was with the Lions, and I wasn't sure where he ended up after that. Yeah, Robbie Gould's had a nice career for a guy that when he was at Penn State, they weren't sure if he could kick a Nerf ball into the ocean.
He had some issues. He did have some issues, but he's got them straightened out. He's made a lot of money.
He has, yes, and he's been very good while in the league. So let's get to this game. I'll just say it off the top. I hate when we get to Super Bowl Sunday, and I have no feel for how the game's going to go. In terms of the winner, I have absolutely no idea.
This is not what I was hoping for from you.
I love the under.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's going to be enough possessions
54?
in this game. It's been creeping up even higher to 56 in some spots.
Oh, beautiful.
There gets to be a buyback, though, at some point. Anyway, 55-56, I'm in on the under. I just don't see I think both teams are going to play slow enough that there won't be enough possessions in this game to hit that number. But in terms of the winner, I just have no feel for it. I mean, I'm not sure how you can vote against a Chiefs team that has overcome pretty much every obstacle thrown its way. That said, the ease with which San Francisco ran the ball against Green Bay, I can't get that out of my head, Bob. So if you force me to pick a side, I'd probably go with Kansas City with no great feel on it. Do love the under. Do love Mahomes rushing yards under. It's like 30.5, 27.5 in some spots. Whatever it is, I don't think they're going to let him run. I think San Francisco is going to have a game plan to keep him in the pocket. Maybe they'll let him run behind the line of scrimmage, not downfield.
Just
a lot to take in there, so go ahead.
It's okay. I want you to, before I get to my pick, I just want you to give me a ballpark figure on the number of Super Bowl prop bets you're going to wager on. Because there's literally isn't there about 400 of them?
Hundreds of them, yeah.
There's got to be one that you just looked at and said, this is going to be my big bet of the day. I know you have one.
Yeah, the Mahomes rushing yards under will be that, along with the coin toss being tails.
And the Demi Lovato national anthem, are you still forming that?
Still forming that opinion. Remember, you can't bet on that legally in Pennsylvania, so we will be watching intently, though, because it's always something that's fascinating to see how it all works out.
My over-under on your prop bets is around 12.5.
That sounds about right. Yeah. I lean slightly to
I see it differently than you. I don't think the Chiefs beat really anyone in the postseason.
Agreed.
I think the Titans, they caught the Ravens flat for the first time in 3.5 months. And kudos to them for playing a very sound game.
Yeah.
The Texans, I don't think were a very good team.
But Bill O'Brien, the fake punt, man.
I know you're still mad. I know.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if everyone in life failed the way he did in that playoff game and instead got a new title and probably more money? That must be nice.
It's bitter. It's bitter city.
It's always
going to
be. It's going to be
bitter city. You covered Bill O'Brien when he was at Penn State.
I really liked him when he was at Penn State, and he's done some nice things with the Texans. But
I like the Niners a lot. I like the Niners a lot in this game. I think they're the more complete team. I think Garoppolo can throw the ball if he has to. He did it in New Orleans when they had that monumental win that really kind of set the course, I think, for them being the top seed. I just think that Shanahan has learned from what happened a couple years ago in the Super Bowl when he coached. He was the OC of the Falcons. If you don't need to throw the ball, don't throw the ball. I mean, and I just think that's why the numbers are so low. I really like the Niners defense, and I don't even know if the game's going to be that close. I think they're significantly better, and I think it will show up as the game wears on. I love Pat Mahomes, but they don't run the ball very well, and I think they have some issues on defense, and I really like Shanahan, the way that he coaches the team. I think the Niners are a pretty good play in this one, and I'll probably side with you on the under as well. I just hope it's a good game and not 13-3 like last year.
Yeah, that would stink. One other thing, Bill Vinovich is the referee. Speaking of people falling upwards, he was the crew that had the New Orleans pass interference game, and now he gets to ref the Super Bowl. I'm not really sure how that works. They created a rule to make sure it didn't happen again, and anyway. He doesn't like to call penalties, so maybe under 12.5 accepted penalties in the game might be a good prop to look at. Just throwing that out there.
All right, so that's like 16 prop bets. Let's just say 20. Let's just say 20 and move on. But I can't wait for the Super Bowl, and I can't wait to see how many prop bets Greg Pickel makes.